I made my very first horror game in Unreal Engine 5, and this is how I made it. I really enjoyed the game Stalker. I wanted to do something like that. So that is why I took the idea of the player being situated in some region in Ukraine, because this is what it was, and the player had to find or investigate or record pieces of evidence that could lead to the player discovering something. At first, the first concept of the game was magic forest, like a spirit forest, a corrupted forest. Basically took your fears and turned them into a reality. So if the player feared a monster, right, then the forest itself will make that monster to hunt after you. And of course, after that, if you don't escape the forest, it kills you. But then that lacked creativity, that lacked a story. I couldn't really make a story for that, so I switched it all up. That's where the idea of this urban explorer who comes across this little site not too far away from the Chernobyl site in Ukraine. And I was like, I got my concept, now I just need a story, a map, and a monster. That's all I needed. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong. At first, I need to figure out what the story is gonna be. What is this guy doing here? What is he searching for? And that's when I came up with the idea of him being an urban explorer. At first, I thought of many things. I thought maybe it could be a survivor. He could be this guy who just appeared in the forest. He just got stranded there, and he was camping for it, and then he got stranded. Those were some of my ideas. But then I initially stuck with the urban explorer from America coming to Ukraine and figuring out what this happened. So now I just need a story. And of course, then I had everything. I was like, good. I had the story. I had who the player is going to be. Now I just need a map. How did I start out with the map? Well, I did a couple live streams about how I did it. And let me just tell you, at first it was confusing. After that, my map was done. Of course, I had to add the rails, the train tracks, the train itself, the stuff it was carrying. All of that. And I grabbed all those 3D models. Every 3D model that you see in the game is from Sketchfab for free. And that is why I credited the people who ever made it. Every single person that made each 3D model, I've credited them in my game, so just to make sure nobody is left out. It works. So I have my train. I have my level design was basically done from there. Now I needed the player controller, basically the player himself. I figured that out after watching a couple tutorials from Gorka Games, which I really appreciated. Gorka Games, great tutorial channel. Now I just needed my monster. But here's the problem. I don't know how to 3D model. I don't know how to 3D design. I don't know how to animate it, and I don't know how to put it in my game. So that's when I was like, you know what? I am looking for a monster. I'm just gonna do it myself. And I took the time to make for myself a very simple, basic, yet crappy monster.
Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
It doesn't look scary at all. It looks like it's something out of a cartoon. Which basically it is, because I have no experience in Blender whatsoever, so do not blame me. Please. Thank you. And of course, I didn't know how to animate all the moving and stuff, and the walking and the running and the capturing and stuff like that. No. That was not my strong suit. That is why I figured out a very awesome site, Mixamo, which was a great website. It was a lifesaver. That website was a lifesaver because it literally saved me hours, possibly even days or weeks, from learning how to animate by myself and actually just pinpoint the stuff that I needed, and it will animate it for myself. And I just have to choose what animation I liked the most and just downloaded the animation from there. I hope I didn't melt your brain. Had to make my own AI that will chase the player around and use navigational skills to navigate around the map and find the best ways to capture the player. Basically, we had everything. We had the level design, we had the character design, we had the monster design, and the AI working. Now we just need an objective. Because what are you gonna do in a forest that doesn't have any objective? You leave. Doesn't sound fun, does it? No. That's why I give an objective. At first, I thought, take pictures of the monster, take 4 to 5 pictures of the monster, right? And just leave, evacuate. You got the footage, you got the evidence, you're done. Get out. Turns out it wasn't really that simple, or that's what I thought, because I didn't know how to do that. And of course, YouTube didn't really have anything for me to actually watch and actually do that. So I scrapped the idea, even though I really enjoyed that idea, taking a quick picture of the monster. It was a famous celebrity. It would have been pretty cool, but didn't work out for me. I just had no coding experience whatsoever. That is when I came up with a new idea. I came up with a new idea and decided to go for a Slenderman type of environment, Slenderman type of objective. Find papers, collect the codes, and get out. Just find all the artifacts, take a video of all the artifacts, because you're already recording at the beginning of the level, right? Because you have your camera. Basically, the POV that you're watching from is actually the camera. The reason why you don't see any grain or VHS stuff or any of that is because I didn't figure that out as well. I'm sorry, but I didn't figure that out as well. So you're stuck with being a crystal clear, crisp video recording of the person in the forest finding artifacts. You're welcome. And that worked. All I had to do was design my artifacts, place them in somewhere random in the map, and of course give codes out so that the player can grab those codes and decipher those codes. We were done with everything. We just needed cutscenes. The beauty of cutscenes, they reveal the game's story to you just like that. That is why I had to create my own cutscenes, which of course was pretty difficult because at first it was pretty confusing and difficult because how the heck am I gonna make a cutscene in there? And all I did, of course, since I'm not an animator, I'm not a 3D animator, I'm sorry. All I did was do camera movements back and forth. That's all I could do. But now we need a soundtrack. Long ago, when I was this wee bit, right, I seen a viral video on YouTube that basically showed abandoned trains. Literally just images of abandoned trains in different places. And I loved that video. At first it scared me because of the soundtrack that was in there. And that's when it got me. The soundtrack. The soundtrack reminded me so much of the abandoned trains that I used that exact same soundtrack into the game. This is the best. So we had everything. We had the credits, we had everything, we had the credits rolling, we had the menus, we had everything. Of course, I had to come up with the title once I was done with the game. And I tried to figure it out. I was like, the resting train, because of resting on the grass. That's when it clicked. I really like Stalker. Stalker was based in Ukraine. Stalker was also maybe a horror game. I haven't really tried it out, but I really want to do. And that's when it happened. What if I made the title the same exact way Stalker was? Stalker is of course S-T-A-L-K-E-R. It's not really just Stalker. It was like when I came up with mine. Train. Each letter stands for something. Train. Transport route anomaly. Infected node. The anomaly was the infected node. The infected node was the monster. The transport route was the transport route. That was the train going through. And there you go. I had my game title. Train. Which is still available on itch.io for free. So if you do want to get it, go ahead and get it now. I am currently working on another secret game that is also based off of Train. Just adds on to the... just is in the sub-level of Train, but it's still its own separate game. It's not a DLC, but it is its own separate game. And I am still keeping it secret until I announce it. So if you do want to find out what the game is, go down video's description. You will find a Discord server. That is my Discord server. And if you join it, you will be able to catch up with all these sneak peeks and teasers that I'm going to be giving out for my upcoming next game. And that is how I made Train, my very first horror game. And of course, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, you guys enjoyed the concept, and of course, if you do like horror games and game development, just hit the like button, hit subscribe. Help me reach 7,000 subscribers. Once we'll do that, I'll do like a special thing, 7,000 to celebrate. And yeah, as always, peace out, y'all. See you in the next video.